Hello, we're here with Daniel Povey, and today's question is how does ChatGPT and these type of applications work?
Okay, so now this is from Bing, so I don't know if they've announced that they're using the same underlying model as ChatGPT, which I think is like GPT-3 or something. So these things like GPT-3, they're basically a big language model. So the way language models used to work is that if you had a bunch of text data, you would kind of accumulate counts and statistics about how often different sequences of words occur, like, how often does hello occur versus how often does hello there occur, and up to a certain length, let's say four words together. And then you could use that to, if you wanted, you could use that to generate text, but it wouldn't be very good text because it had only a very limited memory of the last few words. So if you generate text from a traditional language model, it kind of wouldn't really make sense. But the way neural language models work is they remember a lot more history of text, and they just generally much more accurate. So these things like GPT-3, they're language models with billions of parameters in, and they're trained on a huge amount of the web. So like presumably they scrape all sites that they think are reasonably good quality, and they use that to build this huge language model. So basically, if you have a question like, can I do inference on CPUs there, the language model will kind of start generating from there. Basically, there's a little bit more that goes on to it in terms of like filtering and fine-tuning the language model, but it's basically just a language model. So the only reason this can possibly work is it's trained on data that included Next-gen Kaldi, so it must have been trained on fairly recent web data. Now, maybe the clever thing that Microsoft has done is they managed to have a reference there, this developer.nvidia.com. It's a little bit dangerous to allow the language model to generate website URLs, because there's a danger that it would just generate a plausible looking but fake URL, because URLs have to be exact, otherwise they don't work. So I don't know what they've done about that. It's possible that that they're using some kind of tricks, like just having the domain name like developer.nvidia.com, and maybe they're just stripping out any further part of the URL so that it's more likely to be meaningful. Or maybe they have some other trick. Maybe they're actually somehow keeping track of the web page origins of these things, although that's really quite hard to do. So yeah, they're just big language models. Personally, I don't really buy into all of this hype surrounding ChatGPT. People are saying, oh, it's general purpose AI, the robots are going to take over from us and things like that. I don't think I really buy that. It's just a very, very, very large language model. And it only works because there's a lot of people generating content on the web. And actually, it's possible that it's not going to work for very much longer, because the problem is more and more of the web is now going to be fake content from things like ChatGPT. So what I'm concerned is, if these models aren't really able to distinguish real from fake content, it could be that more and more of their training data will just be their own output, and it will become more and more like fake and meaningless. And yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll find ways to filter the data better, but I'm not running for the hills just yet.
Okay, this is Bing from Skype. Do you want to provide it some questions to see if it's like working properly, or maybe if it has some bias?
Okay, let's ask it. When do you think computers will finally eliminate humans?
I'm sorry, but I cannot predict the future. However, I can tell you that computers are designed to assist humans and make their lives easier. They are not designed to replace humans. In fact, humans and computers can work together to achieve great things. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, so this is, if you were to just train a language model on the web and ask that question, this is probably not the kind of thing it would tell. It would probably be tell you something much more doomy. So in addition, what they have to do to make these language models give politically correct outputs is they have this whole extra stage of like fine tuning, and they have human experts review the outputs and score them. Is it okay? Is it not okay? And then if it's not okay, the human will probably write the alternative output. So they're steering it towards kind of more politically correct or more business
Okay,
positive answers, because they had this problem.
can you write me a resume? Can you tell me more about? I'm a computer science expert and I have a master's degree.
That's not true, Anna.
Oh, great. Here.
Bing is typing. Oh
Sorry,
no.
I'm out of
Okay,
ideas.
okay. We've hit the limits. Okay. Listen, it probably what it does is it generates an output, but then there's some other module whose purpose is to say, is this a useful output? And basically it's saying, no, it's not that useful, so we're not going to show it to the user. That's probably what's going on.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. That
Sure.
was Daniel Povey.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.